Playseat Trophy versus Trakracer TR8 Pro. Two rigs, very different approaches to sim racing. I have reviewed them both individually, but today I'm putting them side by side to really see which one fits your style, space, and budget. So the Trakracer's tubes, like you can see right here, are 2 inches in diameter, while the tubes on the Playseat Trophy are 1.75, so 1 3/4. This just adds to the stability on this rig and how sturdy it is. Now I want to talk about the weight, because the weight difference is massive. So the Playseat Trophy is quite light. It's relatively easy to pick up and move around, while the TR8, once it's fully loaded with your equipment and the screen and everything else, it is a pain to move around, even when it's on a mat and you have to push it. On a slippery floor, I'm actually sliding around, so there is quite a bit of weight to this TR8. So the actual weight difference is massive. So you don't really want to be moving the TR8 in and out of the room, while the Playseat Trophy, I think, is kind of designed for that, so you can pick it up and move it into the corner, or you can pick it up and move it out of the room if you need to. More for a PlayStation setup in the living room, big screen on the wall, you can just bring in the trophy, set it down, and start racing, really, plug it in. While the TR8, you know, you're not going to be carrying this in and out of the room unless you have a couple people, but I don't think you want to be doing that at all. So one thing that was slightly disappointing with the trophy was that there was no actual shifter mount included in the box. Now for me, that's not a big issue, but if I wanted to do some rally driving or anything like that, or just have a shifter, there's just no mount to put it on. However, you can buy it separately, but it's just something that you have to buy, and in the beginning when the trophy just came out, it was very hard to find compared to the TR8 Pro here, who does have a shifter mount included in the box. So if you really want a solid setup with a shifter mount for drifting or rally driving, I think right now it's already leaning towards the TR8. So out of the box, the trophy is a lot easier to set up, I found. It only took about 45 minutes or so, and you're really ready to race. There's just a little bit of messing around with the seat itself, because you have to kind of pull it over that skeleton that you make, basically. While the TR8 Pro was quite a bit more extensive to build, because there's just so many parts to it. So when you're building a TR8 Pro, it does feel a lot more sturdy and adjustable. Building it for me took about an hour and 45 minutes. Possibly a little bit more, actually, just because I had so many things that I wanted to adjust on it. The TR8 Pro does require a lot more time to set up. For me, it took about an hour and a half, but it really depends on how well you want to set it up for yourself. There's just so much tweaking you can do that you can spend hours and hours on it. Initially building it, maybe an hour and a half, but tweaking everything else after that is probably closer to about 2 hours. One thing to keep in mind for sure is that the TR8 Pro does not come with a seat. So on one side, you got the Playseat Trophy that is a whole setup. You can really just build it and put your stuff on and you're ready to race. While the TR8 Pro does not come with a seat. So you have the basic frame, and then you have to purchase a seat, or if you have one handy, then of course you can put that on. So this is where you're going to see where the cost difference is starting to appear, because you will have to obtain a different seat. So for looks, they both have that tubular design. I don't mind the tubes at all. It actually looks better, in my opinion, than a aluminum profile rig. But it all is subjective, of course, whatever you like. There's definitely more adjustability in the aluminum profile rigs, but I mean, the TR8 strikes that balance between looking good and also being adjustable. So as you can see, the color on both of these is black. The TR8 Pro comes in black, just like this, and in gray. And the Playseat Trophy comes in black, in red as well, so the whole seat's red, which is interesting. And then also Logitech. So Logitech somehow is a color, but I believe the only difference really is the decals that are on there, and the seat is a different branding, but it is exactly the same rig. So the TR8 sits on rubber feet. You can't really see it from that angle, but I will show you a close-up soon. While the Playseat Trophy here sits on some sort of Velcro looking strip that's glued to the bottom. I would say the rubber feet on the TR8 Pro are definitely a lot better, because they protect your floor very well and make the rig a little bit more stable. While the Playseat Trophy, the pads underneath are good, but they won't really protect your floor that well from scratches. So for the Playseat Trophy, I would recommend using one of these mats that I have underneath, just to keep it a little bit more stable and protect your floor if you don't have carpet. The only slight problem I had with the Trophy's feet, or the little pads, is that they came loose. They're glued on, so over time I found that they just work themselves loose from the frame, and because of that, now I have some sticky spots on my mat that I have on this side now, just because that glue came loose. So that's something to look out for if you're going to move this a lot. One thing that's really nice too about the TR8 is that it has integrated cable routing. So the cables actually run through the frame. I can't really see it very well from that angle, but I'll show you a close-up right now. Compared to the Playseat Trophy, there's no internal cable routing, so you just have to run it on the outside, use some Velcro or some zip ties to tie them to the frame to make it look a little bit nicer. It just makes the TR8 look so clean. It's not a very good comparison right now because I don't have anything mounted to the Trophy, but there will be some cables running over it. So for adjustability, this is where the TR8 Pro really shines. So here's where the big gap comes into play too. The Playseat Trophy, it is adjustable and you can kind of make it fit yourself, but it's nowhere near the TR8 Pro in adjustability. So it is notable that the TR8 has a lot more adjustability in all aspects of the frame. You can really make it your own. With the Playseat Trophy, there is a surprising amount of adjustability because you can move the pedal plate at the bottom up and down, kind of put it as a formal position or not. You can also extend the rig itself, which is for leg room. You can adjust the back of the seat, so you can move it forward and back a little bit. There's only a couple of settings, so there's not that much, and height is going to be locked into place, so you can't move it up or down. The wheel plate itself can be tilted forward and backwards, but there's no pull in or push out, so that's something to keep in mind. Well, with the TR8 Pro, I mean, sky's the limit. I also found that if I have people over, it's a lot easier to share the TR8 Pro with other people to make it fit, because you can adjust the seat slider back and forth. You can adjust the pedals down below also on a slider, and you can adjust to how far the wheel sits from you. Super easy. It just sits on rails, so you just unlock them, push it forward or pull it back, and then you can get the wheel closer or further away from you. The Trophy, on the other hand, needs tools to adjust. The Playseat Trophy does not have an integrated monitor mount, while the TR8 Pro does, which is huge for me. I found that playing on the Playseat Trophy, you always have to figure out where the screen was going to be, or you can buy a freestanding monitor mount, which is another cost, of course. Personally, I used one of those slide-out trays for the keyboards that you can mount under your desk, so once you slide it out, you can put your monitor on top of that, so it's a little bit lower than your desk. And then I found when I slid the Playseat Trophy close to it, it was somewhat the perfect size. You can always use monitor arms on your desk as well to move the monitor around if you really want to. So this is a huge bonus for the TR8 Pro, just because you can mount that screen right on your rig and you don't have to worry about it ever again. For adjustability, I think the only place where the Playseat Trophy comes ahead is the pedal tray adjustability, just because you don't really need tools to adjust the pedal tray to move it from a lower GT style position to an F1 style position, because it has those outside knobs that you can twist with your hand. You don't need tools for that. And once you adjusted those, just tighten them back up and you're all good to go. TR8 Pro has a lot more adjustability again in the pedal tray, but you do need some hex keys, but it's just a little bit quicker on the Trophy. So I would say the Playseat Trophy is made to be semi-portable. It's definitely not a foldable rig that you can buy, because those are kind of easy to just fold up and put in the closet. But I mean, at least it's somewhat portable, so you can pick it up and move it. The TR8 Pro is made to be immersive and to be left in its place. I don't want to be moving this thing in and out of the room at all. It's just super heavy for what it is. Especially with the monitor mount, the seat, you know, even though the seat's fiberglass, it still adds a lot of weight to it. So once you have it set up, I really would not recommend moving this thing around. The TR8 is just heavy, planted, and needs its own corner in the room, or the whole room. So let's talk about comfort. I feel like this is hard to compare because the TR8 does not come with a seat, so comfort really will be subjective on what seat you put in. I have a separate review on the SA11 seat that I have on it right now if you want to check that out. The seat is comfortable, but it is very stiff, which is a good thing for sim racing. The Playseat Trophy, on the other hand, has that integrated seat, so you can't really switch it out if you like it or not. I didn't mind it at all. It actually was very comfortable. I sometimes use the seat itself when I was too lazy to move it out of the room again, and just used it to play video games. I never really got too hot in it, there was no sweating, and you know, it was quite comfortable and supportive. That's a win for a built-in seat. For the shifter mount on the TR8 Pro, I myself did not use it because I don't have a shifter, but from looking on how it can be mounted and whatnot, it is very adjustable. You can change the angles and all that, and it's away from you. While on the Playseat Trophy, the shifter mount is actually mounted on the tubes themselves right beside your leg, so I think it might be a little bit close to your leg or might be uncomfortable if you bump your leg into it. And getting in and out might be a little bit of a struggle, but if you have a personal experience with this, please put it in the comments because I would love to know what you think. Getting in and out of the rigs, there's only one clear winner, and it's the TR8 Pro, just because the seat can be moved back, the wheel can be moved forward, and there's also a lot more room for your legs to get in and out of the rig. For the Playseat Trophy, you have to kind of slide into the rig and get comfortable, but on the TR8 Pro, you basically can just step in and sit down. Same with getting out, it's just a lot more easier to just step out of a rig than to climb out. which is somewhat the case on the Playseat Trophy. So let's talk about strength. The TR8 Pro has the edge on strength. In the beginning, I mentioned that the TR8 Pro has 2-inch tubular steel, which is what makes it so strong. Now, I'm not saying that the Playseat Trophy is not strong at all, because both rigs will handle a DD Pro or my TGT2 with ease, with absolutely zero flex. But if you throw a 15 to 20 Newton meter direct drive on them, I would say that the TR8 Pro has the edge on that. I just feel it has a lot more confidence over the long run. The Playseat Trophy's accessory list is easy to remember. We'll start with the shifter mount, the floor mat, and that's it, the end. So for the TR8 Pro, the accessory list is just so long that I will not mention all of them. A couple to mention is the integrated monitor stand, caster wheels, or even the slider for the pedals, and so on. You can even turn this thing into a flight simulator, so there is a lot of adjustability. This just shows you how adjustable it is. For the warranty at this time, the Playseat Trophy offers a 2-year limited warranty, while the Trakracer TR8 Pro offers a 5-year limited warranty. So both are very solid with their warranties. And personally, I've had zero issues with either one of them. So let's talk about the price. The Playseat Trophy is $799, and that includes the seat and the frame. That's basically it. There's not much more to it, and that's all you need to start driving. The TR8 is $899 Canadian. Again, without the seat, so you have to add $200 to $500 for a solid seat. So that's almost $1,200 to $1,400 depending on how you want to trick it out. And with all the other accessories that you can add on as well, the price will creep up. But I see this as a bonus because you don't have to buy the accessories. It's just nice to have the option to. So who are these for? If you're a casual sim racer and your space is kind of limited, then the Playseat Trophy is the obvious choice for you. If you're intermediate, so you like sim racing quite a bit, but you still like to play other games in the room as well, then it really depends on your budget, your space, and the accessories that you need, because both of them will work for this situation. If you're looking for a pro setup with a lot of adjustability and accessories, and space is not really an issue, then the TR8 Pro is the obvious choice. The Playseat Trophy is the lighter, easier to assemble, portable option. It's comfortable out of the box. It includes a seat. It's ideal for casual racers that are limited on space but still want something solid. The hammock style seat is very comfortable and it doesn't get too warm, though it may wear quicker over time than a fiberglass seat. The lack of integrated accessories means it's simpler, a more plug and play solution. The Trakracer TR8 Pro, on the other hand, is a heavier, more customizable rig that will reward you for your time and effort. With his beefier frame, extended accessories, and adjustability, it's built for long-term immersion and a solid setup. Add a proper racing seat and it becomes a cockpit you can grow with, especially if you're going to be running high torque numbers on your direct drive wheel, triple monitor setup, or even motion. So in short, for casual and space-limited sim racers, the Playseat Trophy would be the way to go. Intermediate sim racers who want more adjustability and upgrades, it can be either rig. It just depends on what you're looking for exactly for upgrades and also your budget. And long-term hardcore sim racers who are building a dedicated setup, the TR8 Pro would be the only way to go for that. Both are excellent rigs. It all comes down on what you need, whether you want something portable and simple or something permanent and expandable. Thank you so much for watching this video about the Playseat Trophy versus the TR8 Pro. If you're interested in the TR8 Pro, I have an affiliate link below in the description. And again, if you're interested in the individual reviews of these rigs, I will put both of them in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more sim racing content.